when a small, shivering visitor arrived at our door. Her name was Hua'er, a little white kitten who had tragically lost her mother 2 long years ago. Since that devastating day, she had no one to wash her face, no one to cook her a warm meal, and she wandered the cold streets entirely alone in a torn, muddy little coat. Seeing her standing there so helpless, I immediately brought her inside out of the bitter cold. I carefully washed her freezing, dirt-stained paws and gently wiped her little face clean with a warm towel, making sure she finally felt a loving touch. Then, I sat her down at our family dinner table alongside my own children. She was so painfully thin and hesitant, but we smiled and urged her to eat. I picked up the biggest, most tender piece of braised pork belly and placed it gently right into her bowl. As she took her first bite, her eyes filled with tears and she began to cry, whispering that it was the most delicious thing she'd ever tasted. I told her to eat as much as she wanted, promising her that she would never have to go hungry again. After dinner, I walked her back to her cold, empty little house, handing her a heavy bag of fresh steamed buns and a jar of meat paste so she'd have something for later. I tucked her into her thin blankets, covered her as warmly as I could, and told her to come straight to my house for dinner after school every single day from now on. As I closed the door, she was left alone in the dark, clutching her blanket for warmth. But tonight was different. As the soft moonlight streamed through her broken window, it shone upon a kitten who was finally full, finally cared for, and whose beautiful face was finally white and clean once again.